Greetings everyone, KD5FX here. Going to give a quick demo of this Drake TR-4C. I looked up the serial number on it. It's from 1976. So almost 50 years old. I guess 49 years old. This is 2025. And this was $700 back in 1976. with the power supply and speaker included. This particular one, of course, does have the optional power supply and speaker here on top. The power supply is inside. And, oh, there's my little Heathkit clock on top that I built a couple years ago. And anyway, so quick demo. We're currently on 80 meters, 3.5. Tuned 250, so we're at 7250. And let's do a quick output check just to see how that works. I've already peaked the RF tune. That's the first thing you do when you're doing a tune-up. And we just come over here to, oh, I see, put the sideband in X. Has to be at X for a tune-up. And we're gonna adjust the plate and the RF tune and the load last, and see for maximum power. All right, I'm gonna turn this down. This is our transmitter gain, because we put out a lot of power on this band. All right, so there's 0.4 amps. Let's see if you can see the meter. The meter is pegged out at 150. My other meter is showing 175, and I'm just double checking the tune. You can see it's a little touchy. And the load, let's see, let's do it with this hand. Yeah, we're at max power. I'm showing 175 on the other meter. This one only goes to 150. And 0.4 amps, that's good. You don't want to exceed 0.5 amps when you're tuning up. So that's why you always turn the transmitter gain down to start with, and adjust it from there. If I use the mic, here's the mic. The mic over here so you can see it. Can you see it? Oh, you can't see it in this. I have to zoom out. There we go. Got an old EV mic. And let's see what she does. Hello, test, hello, test. Got to turn the gain up. Hello, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. KD5FX. Peak output power is showing 175 on the other meter. I've got an MFJ meter over on the desk that is on the output right before the dummy load, and I forgot to mention we are on a dummy load. Okay, so she's doing that on 80. There's nobody to listen to on 80 today because it's about 9:45 in the morning, so the band is dead as a doornail. But we could switch over to 40 meters and see what we can find. I'm going to switch over to the antenna. Oh yeah. You'll notice that there's a lower and an upper switch, and that's what this controls, whether you're on lower sideband or upper sideband. And the different bands come up differently. So when you're in X on 80, you're in upper sideband, so you have to flip this to get over to the lower. On 40, you have to flip it the other way to get it back to the lower. On 20, you want to be on upper sideband, so you leave it in the X. 15, it jumps to lower, so you have to flip over to the upper. And on 10 meters, the non-X side is upper sideband also. So it's kind of odd how that works, but that's got to do with the way they do the mixing in here to get all the different bands. They do all the bands with fewer crystals this way. Okay, so we're on 40. We're on the end-fed half wave. It's an 80 meter end-fed half wave out in the backyard. Let's see what we can find. Peak the receiver with the RF tune. Get us over here to lower sideband. We're on 7250. And we just got that guy testing, and he's gone. Let's see. Talking about the weather. And there's that AM station on shortwave on 7230 or 300. Let's come down and find somebody else.
It's 8:47.
He's off by a minute, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think it's about 9:47.
Oh, Eastern time zone.
Almost got it right. Yep, you're right. 9:47 it is.
Those guys are pretty strong. They must be on the Eastern time zone. Got some AM in there causing some interference. Okay, well that's 40 meters, and our output on 40 meters is about 160 watts peak. All right, we'll go to 20 meters.
Okay, got it that time. Appreciate the patience there. I've got some interference right below me here. Hi, Jim in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Is that correct?
RF tune's about the same on this band as it was on 20. That was some kind of net, I suppose. Let's see what we can find. I don't know what that guy's saying.
Here in Michigan.
Alpha Echo 4.
That's probably a POTA station.
And I'm not saying this before I leave. I was in the Air Force back in
This thing has a really good sounding speaker on it. One of the best sounding
radar operator.
external speakers I've ever
I
heard.
just stayed one hitch and I came back home.
Anyway, all right. Lots of stations on 20 today. Let's see if there's anything on 15. When I tuned around a little earlier, I didn't hear it. But one station on the whole band. Peak the noise. And let's see. Well, some interference. Nothing there. Oh, forgot to switch the switch. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? He just got quiet. There we go.
I got the 5859. You're same thing here, 5 and 9, 5859. But I know the band conditions are changing.
Yeah, there's some stuff on 15. Not much. Oh well, there's more on 15 now than there was. Come on, where'd he go?
By 44 at the moment in North Carolina. Over.
Okay. So let's check the calibration on the dial up here. So you do flip it over to Cal and you listen for the signal. Where is it? Oh, we're off by a couple of kilohertz. So to calibrate it, so here's our 0 beat right there. So you set the meter to 0 and you hold this outside bar and you turn the BFO right in here. I hope you can hear that low frequency in there. All right, so now we're set. And this is 21.3, so 21,300.
Well, here I'm running the XTDX.
So this guy's on 21,900, or 21,290 rather.
To a
7 element, 7 band yak.
7 element, 7 band.
DK1MI from WA1G said, why will we go?
Yeah. Well, there's quite a bit more activity on 15 than there was. Let's see what's going on 10 meters. All right, so flip up here. See if we can peak the noise. It's pretty quiet. See if we can get any stations. I heard a few earlier this morning. There's some.
Alpha 3. Hotel, the uniform Yankee.
Echo Alpha 3, that's Spain, I think. All right. Oh. Okay.
73. And welcome to the hobby. Over.
That guy's pretty strong.
Where can we go?
Oh, yeah. Lots of signals.
Hey, Andy, it's Friday night.
Yeah.
Tango for America.
Kilowatt Alpha 1 Sierra Whiskey Kilowatt.
Alpha 1 Sugar Whiskey Kilo 59, Russell.
Okay, you're 5 by 8 into Whiskey. Kilo.
Lots of signals up on 10 today. The receiver is not as sensitive up here as it is down on the lower bands. I did go through and do a complete tune-up as per the manual on both the receive and transmit, but it's still not as good. I did check all the tubes; they're all good.
Now here you were peaking on the last transmission at 5 over north.
So I know it's not either of those things. Something else isn't quite right. I checked all the output, and here's what it's doing on the different bands. 175 on 80. This is output power, dead key. 160 on 40, 175 on 20, 75 on 15. And it's fairly low on 10 meters, 15, 40, and 20 on the different bands. And I've been told, I did some inquiries on the DrakeNet, and they think it's probably it needs new finals. And I just don't want to invest that much money in it at this time. So probably a set of new finals would take care of that.
Good morning, Nicholas. Hope all is well with you,
So let's see if we can jump up to 28.5 and get some signals. Of course, we're at 28.5 plus 5, so that's 29, and that's way above the sideband area. So let's come on down, see if we can get some down here somewhere. And we'll use the roller. That's interference. I think it's coming off of my monitors for the computer. Well, not picking up anything but interference up here. Oh, there's somebody. He's at he's just under 28.5, so that's 495 or so.
But yeah, on top of the hill here, it's when we had those winds about 3 weeks ago.
And I go up to 29.1, but there's nothing up there but FM, and you can't tune FM with the sideband. This will do AM. You can decode AM, but you sure can't do FM. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I forgot to mention, all the bands except for 20 meters, you use this top part of the VFO. So it's 3.5 plus whatever this reads. Let's roll it up here to 100. So 3.5 plus 100 be 3.6, 7.0 plus 100, 7.1, 21.0 plus 100, 21.1, etc., etc. But on 20 meters, it's backwards. So you see this bottom scale and it says 20M. Can you see that in the camera? Let's roll it up here. You can see it really good right there, 20M. So it's the opposite. So when you're tuned up to 0 on the top, it's at 500. So you're at 14 plus 500. So that's 14,500. Of course, that's out of 20 meters. So we come down here to 30 or 300, and we got to get over here to upper sideband and peak the RF tune again. It's right in there.
23, Yankee India Lima, is that correct?
So there's 20 or 14. Well, let's calibrate to make sure. That's very loud. Okay, so it's off a little bit. We got to recalibrate. Oh wait, that wasn't the calibrate signal. That was somebody tuning up. Where's my calibrate signal? There it is. Oh, it's 5 off. All right, so we set it on 0, tune that direction. There it is.
You got a good signal in the Kentucky from Pennsylvania, about an S8.
So
good
we're
audio.
14.
Appreciate you coming by. Anything else we can do? Over.
14,300 is where that guy's at. 14,300. Oh, that's the Intercontinental Maritime Mobile Net.
Thanks for coming by and checking in.
Those guys are almost always there.
Angry old man. Good morning, Harry.
Well, couldn't find that front switch. Oh, good morning.
Yeah, that's good. There's a lot of nets up here on this part of the band.
5 Kilo Victor, looking for your check-in. Come with your call.
This is 332.
Kilo Quebec, Sierra Uniform November 20th.
The YL network, that's what they call it. I had to think for a minute. So there's a lot of stations up here. Okay, that's enough for today. You can see she's doing pretty good. Needs some finals, but other than that, it's working great. It's a good radio. When you turn it on, you have to let it warm up for about 5 minutes so the VFO works properly. If you don't, it won't tune. You can turn the knob, but it won't change the settings. And I've worked on that, and that's as good as we can get it. The VFO on these is very complicated. There's some websites on how to repair those, and I've done the best I can, and it's working good once you let it warm up. So it doesn't have the noise blinker built in. That was an option, $100 option from what I read online, but everything else is working on it and doing great.